And I'm back, guys. And we're about to head in. So I bought a few more pets. As you can see, my orns have been depleted. But I'm kind of having ideas with these pets. Like, because there's the one that gives the... I'm trying to move this thing over. Why is... okay. Okay, good. So, yeah. Let me hop over here. Oh, wait, am I a heretic? I'm sorry, I had on some weirdness. Alright, so I guess I will just go through and equip my gear individually so you guys will see. So as I said, I'm using Earth Alignment, so I'm going to be using the Embered Balder hood here. And I just have Ward and Dex jewels in it because Dex is really big in here. I don't really have any helmets like that, to be fair. I don't have any good helmets. I don't have anything of worth that I'd say, okay, maybe the only thing I could have that would be best would be... Then again, I think I like Balderhood because it still gives me curse immunity. But then again, I'm still using my Arisen shield regardless. So, and I'm not using my Feyeti coat because it's not Godforged. I don't know why I don't Godforge it actually. Why don't? Wow, I might actually need to readorn some of my stuff, guys. Because I don't want full on crit in my Banshee's robe for sure. And I do want to use my Banshee's robe. Yeah, so I'm going to use my Banshee's robe for sure here. But when I realize it's not, it's, but then again, I am, okay, yeah. I'm going to readorn these for sure. And I would use this Arisen Fey Banshee's boot because it's really strong. And then I switch out to Balder boot if I'm in need of it. And then if I'm in need of really defensive stuff, I have a Fiery Balder boot. And I'll switch over to this, the All Northern Crone. So I think this might be my setup. Obviously this isn't going to be... I might use this as my main weapon, but I might start it out with this. And I might use my 196 Carl's ring in one. And I might use something like a gadget. I'm still workshopping these. I'm going to see how it goes. I'd use a gadget because I love the defense. And I also appreciate the fact that I won't be getting any lower defenses. Let me see if I have any good gizmos though. Ornate Arch, no. Sometimes they trick me because I forget to look for the word Arisen. And I'm just like, oh my god, I have an ornate one. And then I'm just like, no, Rush, you actually do not, brother. You do not. So for now, I think this is going to be my setup. I like sequencing and scarcity for my... what's this thing called? Amity. I hardly have any amities either, so that's the thing. I think for some I'll put in my 40% crit increase amity though. I think that one is called... I'm actually not sure what that one is called. Where is it? Oh, okay, here we go. Circumstances and Ashes. And it reduces my fire resistance by 7%. That's why I won't keep it in. But I think this is an overall decent setup. I'm going to show you the stats. And then as I said, oh shit, but I'm going to readorn it. I guess it will still be interesting to see the stats before and after I readorn it. So I have 5,600 mana. That means I'll be working with around 500 mana at any given time to be around 90% or so in my Iconoclast passive. I'll have 18,000 HP, shouldn't be a problem. Oh shit. So guys, I'm supposed to Divine Bastion. So luckily I saw that, because I'm going to ensure that my HP won't matter, just in case my HP gets low sometimes from the 3 berserks. So I'm going to Divine Bastion. So definitely, I won't forget, but I'm just saying. So I have 61% crit chance, plus I have 20% from Worm's Song, so 81%. I'm going to readorn it, as I said, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that. And the other stats are pretty weak, like 5k magic, 4.9k actually. I won't even try to steal 100 magic points. It's actually atrocious. So yeah, I don't think there's anything innately wrong with it though, because I have a zillion buffs, and as I said, I'm going to be doing some stuff in this video never before done. Actually, I don't know if it was done before because I don't watch Orna videos like that anymore. But I'm going to check out some other content creators because I know there are some great ones out there. And I'll see if it was done before. But for now, I'm saying never before done, because I'm going to be using the new pet and trying to get some new damage. Y'all are gonna see it actually. So I'm going to pause this for now and I'm going to readorn my stuff. My Fayette coat is looking really sexy. It looks like it might serve a purpose in here. So I'm going to think about God forging it in this week. I might just Demon Forge it right now and use it a little bit in the build up and stuff. So give me 15 minutes. Guys, so I'm back after I've done a bit of, what would I call this now? A bit of readorning. And I'm gonna show you guys the stats after the readorning or the readornment or whatever. Not that good. So I've gained 1,000 more defense. I guess it's not the worst. How do I have less dex? Oh yeah, okay. So I took out a bit of dex and a bit of crit by removing the superior ashen pinions. But I think this is good enough, and as a bad habit, I'm going to throw on my buffs, though I do not need them. I'm going to throw one of these on just so that you guys are getting the full experience, and we're gonna head in. So I'll start with drain because I just want my HP to be full. So we're at about wave 8. Cool. So as I said, guys, I am going to be doing everything in my power to get through these waves. These earlier waves, I don't think I need to warn you guys or tell you guys much about them because they're very easy. So what I am going to do now though is put in Divine Bastion and make sure that I have it up. Also, these spells, I have the wrong spells. Alright, so give me 1 minute. So I just redid my spells because you're going to be needing stuff like Stun Dart. I hardly use Forbid, but I'm going to be using it this time. Sleep Dart, the Omnimancy spells, because those will be your main damage dealer until you come up to the harder stuff that you might have to stun, then Ultima, or just try to Ultima full on. But as we're running through the dungeon, you'll be seeing what's going on. Oh yes, oh my god. So I actually had in the wrong spells. So I came out to put them in, but I ended up changing everything instead, except for what I needed to put in, which was Divine Bastion. And I need to put Divine Bastion in. Oh my god, GG. Okay. I think I know what to do. I have to change my pet, and I won't bore you guys with this. And we are back. Okay. So we have Divine Bastion 2 on, and always remember to take spells that you won't be using out or spells that can jeopardize your run, because the status infliction confused is very, very, very strong. So I'm actually going to start drinking because I might actually fall asleep or get bored if I don't. Alright, so why am I Phoenix not fucking DC? Okay. I think I told you guys that I'll be doing normal attacks a lot. You're gonna understand what I mean. But I'm going to be, because I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to be testing out what is weak to what again, and I think it would be beneficial to us both, because I'm honestly not sure what to use on these creatures anymore. But I think I'll be learning again, and then you guys will be seeing. So you'll notice that I will be using very specific spells on specific monsters, or I'll just be killing them. If you see me use the attack button, it's a useless monster that you can just kill with anything. I recommend using Drain a lot because you really, really want to keep your HP up, even though you have on Divine Bastion 2, because your Berserk is taking away 3,000 health each turn. Well, 2,938, I think. Yes. And you'd be better off having your full HP. So for these easier waves, to make it completely brainless, you just use Drain 3 for everything until you meet up on either a Berserk or something that has a higher resistance than the usual. So Iced Earth. Anything can be used on these guys right now because they're so weak, but when they do get strong, okay, I should have tried to tank test that thing. I think I mentioned it. No, I didn't. There should be no use of Gate of Snotra in this place, so please don't be using that. So Nidhogg is weak to Earth, so you need the Earth. And you know that Iced Earth is, how do I put this now? He is resistant to lightning, so you can't use Quake Storm. But he is not resistant to ice, and he is weak to earth. So Iced Earth is the perfect combination there. So I have, okay, wait. So he's actually using something else. I want to say I want more action rate from my Phoenix, but I'm realizing that when he's not using DC, he's actually using something else. All right. And that's all good and all, because he's doing something, but I need you to fucking DC. I need you to DC, pet. Like, I feel like, I don't know. It just feels like he isn't DCing enough anymore. I don't know. It just feels different. But I have not played in a while, and I haven't endlessed in a while. So I'm not sure, honestly. Alright, this one is a noob. Oh yeah, and I think I actually have I have elements on my staves, because even if the staff's element isn't going to be used, the effect of the staff's element, like lightning element gives paralysis, ice element gives frozen. That's what I go for when I use elements on my staves, in case you guys saw it and were wondering. Oh my, this guy can use the sigils. Interesting. So I'm not quite sure how resistances or damage in general from sigils are reduced, but I know that I just want to avoid it in the first place. So I'm gonna try to one-shot everything or stun things I can't one-shot. And if you don't know the monsters and what they're immune to or what they're weak to, that is completely normal. I'm sure you have a laptop. That's what I used to do. I'm going to be doing it now because I don't remember some of them. And I'm just going to be searching the monsters up. I have Orna.guide opened on my computer, and I'm going to be consulting that for any inconvenience. And I mean any. If I just fucking did a witch before and I forgot if she was weak to something, I'm gonna be looking at it. Like back-to-back witches, I look twice. I don't care. I'm not dying unless I reach floor 400 today. So, cause I gotta fucking delete my other video on YouTube if I do. So, that ain't gonna look good. So, pray for me, cause we get into floor 400. So sometimes I like to talk with strange accents because it's just fun. But I think if you've seen enough of my videos, you should know my actual accent, which is probably this one. I do have my Jamaican accent too. This thing looks like it wants to be dangerous. Not so much. But I just like accents. They're really cool. I like voices too. I like singing. I like music. I just turned up my music a little bit to get copywritten. So while I like to listen to my own music and stuff in my videos instead of doing copyright free music and giving my videos a chance to get monetized and stuff, is because I like to have a good time when I'm doing stuff. And I don't really do this to be monetized or to gain. Some persons have suggested I should make a Patreon, but I don't really know about that stuff. And honestly, I kind of feel bad taking money from people just because I know something that they don't. But I'm not opposed to it, honestly, because I do appreciate kindness and it would motivate me to do more. So I might do something like that. But for now, the best thing persons could do is just to join my server and, be active there. I like seeing persons active in the server. I haven't been using it much myself lately because I've taken a break. Why the hell is Twitter stuff coming up on my freaking screen? I've taken a break, but I'm planning to start playing again a lot. And that's why I'm doing this video too. Remember, don't use Quake Storm on that guy because he's resistant to lightning. I'm going to show you the effects of using the wrong things since we're this early and there's no threat of me dying. So you'll be able to learn from my quote-unquote mistakes, quote. Sorry, my brain just started processing that saying to make it make sense. I'm sorry, but yes, let's go. And you'll notice that whenever I'm up against a really weak mob, I'll refresh my mana because I want my mana to be between 500 and 700. I'll use transference on this guy because these spells, Gloom Seal and Sacred Seal, they don't crit, and I think that is very useless. So I have 20% crit innate, unless I change something. 21%, I have 20%, yes. I have another 20% from the what do I call that thing? What do I call that thing, guys? From Worm Song, and then I have another 25 from Ultimo. So that should be about 66%. It's early. I honestly just said 3 numbers, then I forgot the 3 numbers, but then I thought they were all in the range of 20s. So yes, I think 66%. But if not, And even 66% is not enough. You should put more in if you realize you are getting to the later stages and you're needing crit. Crit is amazing on Heretic, but this will work on the other classes too, other than maybe Gilga. I'm not sure what Gilga's doing Endless anymore. I'm assuming they still use Spike Shield. Okay, so this guy has 143,000 HP, right? And I'm going to use Quake Storm, and as I said, he is weak to Earth. So the Quake part is supposed to do something, but the Storm part is going to make sure it doesn't do that much. So you saw how I was doing like 600k before, and then I just did like, what did I do, like 200k? It was still enough, but keep in mind that I have a zillion buffs on. So, and it was a major difference between using Iced Earth, which had a neutral, and the weakness. Because as I said, the resistance, it reduces so much damage. It reduces so much damage. So you just don't want to be using the spells stuff are resistant to unless it is your best spell and also you have no other option. Because it might be your best spell, but you have other options that would still do more damage than it. As you would know, the average Heretic's best spell would be Ultima, but we aren't trying to use Ultima every time because that's going to take 2 turns. So we're pretty much makeshifting, yeah, until we get up to the point where we have to pretty much stun stuff. Okay, so stuff like that, wolves, I don't really like to, what would I call it now, use mana potions on waves like that, because, and don't quote me on this, I'm not sure, I think they offered me. I think they do those omni spells that reduce your stats, and I would literally die right now if I had to use, I would just use an Ambrosia, but it would still just be giving me too much mana. I don't want that much mana because remember, Iconoclast. Alright, so I'm going to use Iced Earth now. And you realize that was 350,000 without DC up, meaning 700,000 with DC up. So major difference. I was sharing a point. Yeah, I don't want to have high mana because not only am I getting a boost in damage from Iconoclast, but I'm also getting a boost in damage from being the Magi specialization, which also gains damage with reduction in mana. So for now, I'm just going through it, and then stuff like Ronin, if this thing is Berserk, please stun it for your own sake. Just try to stun it. If it's a really deep wave, guys, this is going to sound dumb, but hear me out. I am going to, and I didn't do this for my record, but I had this beautiful thing called Ashen Ruby back then, which I think that was a real game changer. It made it so that I had more freedom with my spells. If you notice, I'm pretty much locked into using Drain 3. So, yeah. So, because I'm locked into using Drain 3, it's just a lot more risky to do stuff in general. And if I face a problem, like a Berserk Realm Shifter, I am going to be attempting to stun it. So Tiamat is not resistant to lightning or earth. Awesome. That was a guess, but I'm actually pretty sure it isn't. Tiamat can be stunned, Typhon can be stunned, but Fafnir cannot be stunned. And I think they're all okay to be damaged with lightning and earth. So now we know for sure. I know Typhon for sure, and now we know that Tiamat for sure. So is it Fafnir? Fenrir? Fafnir? No, Fenrir is the wolf. From I actually forgot what mythology it's from. I think it's from the one with Odin, Is that Norse mythology? I don't remember honestly. What's Thor from? I think Thor is in that. Yeah, Thor, Odin, Fenrir. Fafnir. So I should have checked on that thing, but I didn't. So we gotta see another one. But we're pretty much a quarter of the way there in. I don't think this thing can actually hit me. So I'm kind of more relaxed. Okay, so this one is resistant to lightning. And actually, I remembered that because he's green. Don't ask me why that means something, but it does. So everything is going to be pretty easy along these waves, honestly. So that's why I'm kind of just trying to speed through them. But as we come up to the later waves, I will literally be switching specializations. But I guess we'll see. I'm going to be trying my utmost. This guy is not resistant to those things. And the reason I use Quake Storm the most is because if the thing isn't resistant to either earth or storm, lightning, those are my two best elements because I have earth alignment and I also have the damage increase, the 25% increase from my faction bonus. So I have 50% damage increase from earth alignment, and I also have 25% increase from my faction. So, hello little slime. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to gain mana. Oh my god, this video is so long already. Alright, so this is part 2, guys. And I'm going to stop part 2 at this one. Wave 150. So this will be waves 1 to 150. And then I'll start part 3 here because it's getting too long. Thank you for watching this video, guys. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are so amazing. And you're going to get to flow 400 by watching this video. Stay tuned.